Hello, this is fun. So we have entered our radical opportunity era. This is the moment. We are at the tangent of human development where every decision we make today will have a drastic impact on what we build tomorrow. Now, while this is kind of always the case, this has never been more true than it is today because we're seeing the birth of some truly incredible technologies that have awesome potential. And I mean awesome in that traditional sense, in the truly unbelievably all-consumingly awe-inspiring potential. But equally, they have the potential to cause great harm. So let's backtrack a minute. Who am I? Why am I telling you all to consider the butterfly effect of all your actions? My name is Anna Butterworth. I run Ultraviolet Agency, which is the only agency dedicated to women's health futures. And what we do is we build a clear and validated picture of what tomorrow could and ultimately should look like. So I'm very pleased to be sharing with you some early insights into our upcoming report, The Future of Menopause 2035. So first off, let's talk about entering our hyperhuman health era. The healthcare system has monumentally shifted over the last decade, and it will again over the next one. For the last century or so, the healthcare has traditionally been handled by your doctor, right? There was very little that you could do for yourself without his, and it was always a man, without his input. Over the last decade, women in particular have been able to take more control over their health. We have more information available to us about our bodies. We understand what impact our cycles have over our overall health, what we're more predisposed to, and how we can find other people experiencing similar concerns. From this, we've been able to track our cycles, have real-time feedback on the impact that they're having, and thank you to brands like Phase, who you'll hear from later, Moody and Wild AI, we have this in our pockets. We can choose to take our own non-invasive tests in the comfort of our own homes, thank you to brands like Fertility and Day, and take this information to our doctor. But what if there was a way that you could get all of that information before you needed it? Before you had that niggling feeling that something was wrong, before you got PCOS, before you got endometriosis or an autoimmune condition. Right now, wearables and trackers are feeding us a bunch of information, numbers and graphs that we just don't know what to do with, and we're still scrambling on Google to figure out what that pain in our right ovary is, right? AI doctors will be taking data from hundreds of thousands of patients, millions and millions and millions of interactions and data points. They will see trends in sickness and be able to prevent them before they start. Will have an overwhelmingly positive impact on how we age and how we go through things like the menopause. Through predictive and preventative technologies, we'll have insights on when we're likely to start perimenopause, which of the 48 symptoms are likely to impact us the most, and how to manage them effectively. Women are more likely to be impacted by dementia and Alzheimer's, so these tools will also give us insights and early indications of cognitive decline. They'll be able to offer preventative treatment pathways and make contact with the right practitioners to support the treatment journey. Most importantly, these tools will be available to communities across the globe, from lower socioeconomic regions, ensuring that we support the women who need it the most. And in order to do that, we have to train the AI tools on diverse data. That will make it more accurate for everyone, but without that fundamental piece, then we'll be leaving all women behind. And it's not just the menopause that we need to think about when it comes to aging. Women live longer than men and spend more time in ill health. So longevity through a woman's experience is about extending health, not just life, and joy, of course. So for too long, longevity has been explored through the narrow male-centric lens, focused on lifespan over healthspan or joyspan, optimizing performance over preserving well-being. It's treating aging as a universal biological process rather than one that is deeply gendered and socially shaped. Longevity through a women's lens tells a different story. Allow me to introduce you to Jenna, a woman who in 2035, say she's 47 years old, but biologically she's 37. She's single, she's child-free by choice, and she is thriving. Jenna's day begins not with a pill or a protocol, but with agency. She has access to tech that doesn't just track her steps and her calories, but it understands her hormonal rhythms, her mental load, and the interconnectedness of her mind and her body. She's not simply trying to live longer. She's actively designing a life that feels good to live in now. Women's longevity is not about slowing the clock. It's about redefining time. It's about shifting away from the reactive healthcare models and towards predictive and personalised ecosystems. For the future menopausal woman, that means nutrition that is tailored to her genetics, therapy that adapts to her emotional state in real time, and work cultures that honour rest as a biological necessity, not a luxury. Critically, it means embracing new narratives around ageing. As the only creatures on Earth, bar one particular species of whales, that has the menopause, it demonstrates the vital role that old women play in our society, and women's longevity is about celebrating that. With access to precision care, cognitive protocols, and community design that values interdependence and interconnectedness over isolation, longevity for a woman of the future is not about living longer, it's about staying powerful. So when we talk about the future of longevity, let's look beyond the metrics and the medicine. Let's build futures where women like Jenna and all the diverse expressions of womanhood can flourish. Let's not just extend life, but expand it. Because a longer life means nothing without the freedom, dignity, and joy to fully live it. So there'll be more on this in my upcoming report, The Future of Menopause 2035. That's out in October. But if you can't wait for that, my report, Femtech Futures 2035, The Trends Shaping the Next Decade in Women's Health, is out now. You can download it from my website, Ultraviolet Agency, or you can scan it with the QR code up there. I work with companies across industries to better understand the future female consumer, to build out meaningful, powerful growth strategies, and to ensure business longevity. I also mentor and consult for a number of startups as well, so if you're interested, you can reach me on LinkedIn or Ultraviolet Agency, again, up there. The future of longevity starts when women are the first design principle, because true longevity isn't just about adding years to life, it's about adding life to those years with women leading the way. Thank you.